I hired an appointment setter because I hate prospecting like many people do. And I want people calling me. So, and then I just hired three salespeople because I love doing the sales part, but because I want to grow at a certain level, I rather have multiple people working in an hour for me pretty much. Um, so anyhow, I just started the appointment setter a few weeks ago, and I wasn't really thinking. I'm so busy, and I'm getting calls back, and it's like, oh, did you just call me? And I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So and so. And then I didn't even think things through of what I'm supposed to say back. I didn't think that through that they're gonna call back. So my appointment setter is in the Philippines, and the phone number that shows up is local, right? So when they call back, they're not calling back, I'm using like Skype or something like that. So they're just using my Skype account, and then they just call right from their laptop or computer, whatever. When they call back, it's coming straight to me. And I didn't even think of that. Anyhow, some guy I explained to him, and he happened not to be even the niche that I was going after. But of course, I'm not going to like let that go. So I was like, hey, but do you need so and so? And I just started talking to him. And then he's like, yeah, yeah, let's talk later on at 7 o'clock. And then he kept on asking me questions. I'm like, no. So, anyways, after I don't know what I said to him, but he was like, have a great day. And he hangs up on me, right? So I'm like, I ain't letting him go. I'm gonna hit him a different direction, right? That was my strategy. Because I knew he wanted the business. He was interested, but I said something that he was like, okay, I'm good. He calls me back again. He's like, hey, did you just call me or whatever it is? He didn't realize he had called me earlier. So then we start talking, and now whatever, I start talking to him and all this stuff. And he's in the roofing industry or whatever it is. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, you know what? I need your help like today. Like I really, really need your help. We do something different, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, my business partner, we have kids and stuff like that. So we have to figure out the time. So now, you know, I just took that as obviously, I'm like Patrick in the same way where I love to help people. And I really translate that when I'm talking to these business owners. And so I I know I can help this business owner one way or another, right? But if I had a different mindset, I could have been all but hurt the first time. And then when he called back, I would have been scared and I wouldn't have picked up his phone call, right? But I don't even care at this point because again, there's so many business owners, there's so many people that needs our help that what we do, I don't even look at it as sales. Like if you really think about it, like you're just helping and conversing with these people. We have some skills that really help change their lives pretty much. And if you just take away the sales part and just really care about other people and human beings, you can sell this left and right. That's it. That's all I do. My closing rate is like 90%. Now I do a 2 call close. I do a discovery call to qualify them. And the second thing is I do Zoom. And I ain't gonna lie, my face does help with closing deals. So most business owners are men. So it does help me a little bit, but I still show the value. I still present things and that's it. And if they don't close, whatever, move on to the next. So that's all.
Yeah, what Janeri said, I couldn't agree more. I've said this on a few calls. When you stop like making the reason for the sale about trying to increase your bottom line and start making it about trying to help these people, like sales they seem like they come from everywhere, and that's where, Patrick, who was kind of giving these guys some time while they were going like the older lady that had COVID, like making about the people and the sales process gets really, really easy when you kind of just like imagine you're sitting at a bar talking to someone and you're trying to just like, I want to understand this person, like we have this. So this is what happens, right? Like we have an idea in our head and then we come up with words to put it and try to make it sound good. And then we deliver it to them and then they get it inside that they hear it. And then they've got to like transcribe, try to make sense of it. And a lot gets lost. Right. And if we can just kind of just be humans and talk to other humans and stop trying to like, I hate to say stop the positioning, but if you just like, hey, what does this human need? And like put yourself in their shoes. What does that feel like be in their shoes where it's like, hey, I'm really good at what I do. And I've been in business for like 20 years, but nobody knows about me because the internet isn't like how people find me is through the internet. And the internet doesn't necessarily care about who's the best at it or who cares the most for the customers. It cares about who's the best SEO. So if you're awesome at SEO and lead generation, you can go and vet and try to find this person that needs your help and make all the difference in the world for them. You're like, for me, sales isn't really about trying to get them to sign up as much as it is like get them to like get out of their own way, because they're used to having somebody come there and be like this snake oil salesman trying to sell them something that they don't need because they can't deliver on it. But for us, we can actually deliver, right? So what we have is very valuable. But how do you separate yourself from all these people that like they have garbage that they're trying to sell? They don't know, they don't know the first thing about trying to like get a GMB to rank. Maybe they don't know what a backlink is or a good backlink, right? They don't understand any of this stuff. And these are the people that they're going to group us with, but we're very different from them, right? Especially for those of us that have seen it, like Janeri, for instance, for those of us that have made a huge impact on one of these business owners. Like when you go to talk to the next one and you hear their problems, like for me, I'm like, when they're telling me their problems, I'm like in their skin. And I'm also getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is going to be so important for you. You know, that's what's kind of going through my head is like, this is going to be a game changer for this dude.